would have not have been a great look.
Alright, so already seeing some interesting stuff here. I'll look at Cloud9 because I think they're going to run this. Short 4 will be on Pharah, Adam's going to be on Mercy, Kai and Debit will play Zarya, and Winston Grego will be on Lucio, and Reaver is going to play his Tracer. So yes, the combo's back.
All right, this is going to be interesting. The grand return of Pharmacy, as people like to call it from time to time. We'll see if it works out here. It is a guilty pleasure here of Surefour, and he's opening up here. Big rocket on 2 to start things out, but is immediately taken out by Forsaken. So Pharah tears everywhere. First pick off here to FaZe and Shadowburn in the backline, not wasting any time. 3 kills here from FaZe and Hex. If FaZe was supposed to lose a step here in this patch, I'm not sure that's happening.
Yeah, well, so far the rumors of Genji and by extension Shadowburn's demise have been greatly exaggerated as he picks up a 2K there. I don't think Genji is going to be struggling that bad in the new patch. He's just got a really nice kit overall. So we'll see if the Mercy combo, they're just not super comfortable back on it. It might be a little rusty on it. They're trying to get around this corners with the combo.
I mean, it's an interesting gambit. I'm sure C9 is scrimmed on PTR, and they're not totally oblivious to how things work, so they have a plan going in, but Shadowburn is going in right now. Winston right all over him, is going to get taken out by Surefour in the end. So high risk, high reward, not working out for Shadowburn, and now 65 opportunity here for C9 as they roll it back over. I'm not sure anything's going to really hit Surefour here as Reaver gets into the backline.
Yeah, it becomes an issue now if they do take the point and they're able to... Wow, that is 3 really quick kills, though. That once they do take the point and get into the skies, though, they're going to be hard to hit. Adam jumped on by Winston, though, Factor putting an end to that. Too easy, one of the few heroes who can knock Pharah out of the sky on Tracer, and does so.
Too easy having himself around there, going in, getting the cleanup, picking up where Shadowburn left off, and you look at the next fight here. A huge ultimate advantage is in play now for FaZe. They are very likely to win this next fight. They should win this next fight, and if they do, X, they're going to be one more fight away from winning the game. So C9 not in the best position.
Yeah, a bunch of ults in favor of FaZe right now as well. Here comes the Dragon Blade.
Dragon Blade is out, Soundbearer is out, FaZe looking for kills off of this. They haven't gotten anything off of it yet. Remember, it's not magic 8 seconds anymore, it's just 6, but too easy. Once more, pick up the slack. Takes out Surefour early on the fight. C9 has used Soundbearer, they've gotten nothing off it thus far. 2 kills here from FaZe, and FaZe looking strong. Now, this is a fight they needed to win anyways, but didn't start out as good as they would have liked.
No, they were able to grab that there. This barrage came down pretty early from a pretty high height, didn't kill anyone either, so Adam got his resurrection up, so the combo is still in effect, but they're having a hard time staying out of the reach of a lot of these heroes. That's the second time that they've just been on the ground and gotten cleaned up. Rockus, Too Easy, Fact and Fiction all operating as cleanup crew there, so far this combo gambit has not worked out, so much so Adam's off that Mercy. He's on Zenyatta now. Short4 stays on Pharah for now.
Yeah, I think there's 2 stories here. One is that Too Easy has been playing out of his mind to start off the series, and 2 is that the Pharah gambit has not really worked whatsoever. Shadowburn getting the first kill here on the Debet. C9 streaming on some point, they really have a choice. Groundhog comes out pretty late here from Kai, but it's just not going to be enough, and FaZe looking dominant once more. New patch or no?
Yeah, I think the combo, the pharmacy combo works a lot better once you do have control of a point on King of the Hill. You're just able to spam down hallways, spam down approaches. The entry gets a little bit rough here and there when they see you coming, and then they can set up for it too. So they never got control of that point, 0 to 100%. They're never really in great position too. Try to take that high ground over point, got struck down a couple different times. So they're going to switch off it. They're done with it already. Adam back on Zenyatta, Short4 on Genji. So new patch or not, we've got a complete mirror match of the exact same compositions we saw yesterday.
Discord orb might have been nerfed from 50 to 30%, but definitely not slowing Forsaken down any. So this works out here in this game, but again, it's interesting too because Pharah Mercy used to be really, really good on this stage of Ilios in particular just because of all the verticality, and I guess they don't want to go for it there. Figured it didn't work on the last stage. Probably not gonna work so well even on here, and both teams playing standard v standard right now.
Double bubble initiation from Factor Fiction. They double bubble back with Winston of their own on Debit. So just kind of posturing right now. Too Easy again with the first pick. Even Talkie's playing out of his mind. Starts with taking on Winston.
Too Easy's going right to the back line right now. Has Zenyatta in his sights. Zen, not in the greatest shape, is going to go down in the end. And no small part to the Too Easy's pressure. Shadowburn coming in late in the fight. Going to finish off Surefour, and once more, FaZe is going to get first cap here on Ilios, and they are looking awfully strong right now.
It hasn't really even been close. They're not really getting trades in fights. I'd say the total number of deaths for FaZe overall right now in this set is probably 3, 4 at most. 0 so far on this stage, but they've been dominant.
Here comes Too Easy. Pulse Bomb is at the ready. Just going right in on Zen. Almost has the pickoff he's looking for. Rewinds in. Adam is down, and Too Easy has done it again. Early support pickoff is going to make this pretty easy for FaZe.
Rock is living the Lucio dream, booping Winston off the cliff. Shadowburn cleaning up as well as Zoms comes in to clean up short for. Again, no single kills from Cloud9 in that engagement.
And the rough thing for C9 is you look at the ult game going into the next fight. Just about every ultimate in the world is up now for FaZe. They're gonna have Sound Barrier, but they're well advised to sort of save it here, go for a Junk Rush and drain some FaZe ults, because if they Sound Barrier in here and lose the fight against Superior ult, it is going to be a disaster. So C9 not in the greatest position here. But we'll see how things work out. Winston gonna initiate. Sound Barrier though coming out here from the side of FaZe, and Debet gonna fall down, but they did force a Sound Barrier out if nothing else, but they use a Sound Barrier of their own, so it's still not worth.
Yeah, the only one I'd be okay with them using is this Pulse Bomb that Reaver has. Reaver finally gets them on the board with the kill, takes down Zom. Short 4 chips in as well, so the DPS finally come alive a little bit, maybe shake off some of that rust, but still the engagement firmly in favor of FaZe.
Yeah, FaZe lost more people there than they're expecting, but they're going to be able to reinforce in time. Reaver, Pulse Bomb up once more. We'll be looking for a pickoff in the back. But here comes a Graviton right now. The Pulse Bomb combo coming in, and Reaver does take out Raucus off of that. Kai setting it up, not quite as much as they would have liked, but Reaver still completing the double kill, but here's the counter Graviton from Zombs, and Too Easy with the counter bomb takes out two. Gravitons and Pulse Bombs everywhere right now. It's Too Easy finishes out with a triple kill.
It is the flavor of choice for most Overwatch teams now, that Graviton into Pulse Bomb, or the Big Bang combo, as someone has aptly named it. Works out really well, especially Too Easy just got perfect timing on it. He always does. Even when they're transcending into it, oftentimes he'll wait it out for that second that transcend goes away. The bomb goes off as well. He does charge Kai's shield, though, by popping him late. Kai now trying to put this team on his back.
Kai had a lot of hero moments yesterday, trying to do it once more, and is going to be a big part of why this fight might be going C9's favor at the last one. Pulse Bomb coming out from Reaver, explodes Zombs all over the place, and C9 not dead here yet, but Hex, they're going to have to hold for the entirety of this map. A single loss team fight here for C9 will result in a round loss.
Well, I mean, at least some momentum, some moral victories of something. They were just getting absolutely cleaned up. Now they're shaking it off. You know, they've maybe busted some rust off of it too, so they're ready back into this. Yeah, they do have to hold it the whole time, but even if they lose this stage, they finally just show some signs of life, which is nice for them.
All right, so FaZe moving in once more. Going to be a relatively even fight in terms of ults. Neither side super loaded. This is going to be an old-fashioned way as Reaver takes out Factor Fiction Pillar Line, gives his life for it though, and now it's going to be double flanking DPS versus just one DPS. FaZe, a little bit of an advantage here as they move in. They're up one player. Sound Barrier is in, and they're going to really rush us down. And remember, if C9 gives up here, they are going to lose this map outright. They must get on to force overtime.
Yeah, a little too far back. Zarya goes down. That is Kai. Reaver unable to get back on the point, even though he took down Too Easy there too. So, again, firmly in FaZe's favor there. But at least Cloud9 showed a little signs of life. There's some nice plays individually out of Reaver and Kai. So they got some combos going. Maybe they just need to get a little bit warmed up. But so far, Ilios has been all FaZe.
This is where C9 needs to bring this back. C9 will have to pull the reverse sweep. They'll have to win 3 rounds in a row, or they're going to quickly find themselves in a 2-map deficit here in the series. For those who are just tuning in and wondering why FaZe already has a map, they came from the upper bracket here. They went undefeated going all the way to the end, and C9, they came from the lower bracket. They fought their way back in it, but to the winner's bracket, it does go a 1-game advantage.
To go the spoils, we always felt it was a pretty fair way to do things rather than running this double elim or total reset. So yeah, they put themselves in a huge hole. They got to climb all the way back just on Ilios and get back into this series. We'll see what they want to run here. Short 4 now on the McCree.
Short 4 thinking that the McCree might be the way forward here. Reaver still on the Tracer in the backline. And C9 having a little bit of trouble here in the poke war. Adam almost going down immediately. Too Easy being a pest in the backline once more, laying in the damage. And for now, FaZe slightly ahead, and for C9, they definitely want to start this out well, but Kai goes down immediately, and now 65 down to Zarya. FaZe is well positioned to start turning this back on C9.
Yeah, Grego does get a pick there, but now it's just kind of a brawl in this area for Cloud9. They're all around the corner. A nice Pulse Bomb comes in, zones out. Raucus takes down Short 4, so all the kills still in favor of FaZe. They're just snowballing it. Every time they get one kill, it just starts bleeding red in the kill feed, and they're just pulling it back. Debit does take down Shadowburn, which is nice, so they might try to reinitiate. They've got 4 here about ready to go in.
Well, the good thing here for C9, they have built up support ults rather fast. So has FaZe. So we will have Sound Barrier Transcends with Sound Barrier Transcends, but not when that happens. Too Easy was able to get to the back line, took out Sure4, and this is going to delay C9's push entirely.
Yeah, he'd been hiding in that back line for a while. There were 4 kind of dancing around, and he was really patient to not jump in and throw it down into that mess. He wanted to get the reinforcements, wanted to take down one of the key pieces of Cloud9 in Short 4, did it very, very quickly with that Pulse Bomb.
Too Easy right now is waiting here with another pulse bomb to just go into the C9 group. C9 awfully grouped up. This is a big opportunity. Soundbarrier gonna be coming out here from FaZe. FaZe leading the way, moving right in. Shadowburn now with the Dragon Blade. Graviton saying it's Too Easy. Gets the triple kill pulse bomb once more. The Wombo combo sending C9 back. And C9 doesn't have a whole lot of lives left here, Hex.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Transcendence doesn't really protect you against that because it's the burst damage. So the only lone survivor is Adam glowing with his Transcendence, but it's simply not enough. That is the second time that they have absolutely rocked that combo. Too Easy continues to clean up, and it's been all him.
This has been the Too Easy shows thus far. Pulse bomb coming in. Down goes Kai. Shadowburn the fall through just a little bit, and nothing changed with Tracer here. Just Too Easy is playing out of his mind.
Yeah, I mean, he had one or two rough maps last night, not like awful though, and he played really good in previous sets too, but he has turned it on to another level on his Tracer tonight, maybe well rested. I know it is kind of late in Europe or early, depending on how you want to look at it, but Too Easy has been the MVP thus far.
It all comes down to C9 must win this fight or this map is going to be over. Kai though getting booped and bopped around here by the Primal Rage. Will pull in two at the Graviton. Not getting the follow-up he needs though. Transcendence going to ruin his day to start things out here. Surefour though has 2 kills. Will he be the hero once more? He has a 3K right now looking for more. Good positioning here to take out Winston. He will get that with the aid of Reaver. And Surefour showing up. C9 not out of this yet.
The Shore4 heroics continue not on Genji today, but on McCree instead as he grabs a couple, brings them back from the brink yet again, 99%. As you mentioned last time on the last stage, they have to win every single fight from here on out if they want to hope to take this map and bring back the set, even up the set 1-1.
Well, one good thing here is that they will have Graviton into Dragon Blade. Zom's good at setting that up, to be sure. We'll see if Shadowburn can do the same here. And here comes Dragon Blade. It's already moving in. Zom's holding on to the Graviton. I mean, using it. No, Shadowburn! Not like this! The boop right into the pit! But while that's going on, Too Easy once more able to get to the backline. 3 kills here for FaZe. They still have a bit of an advantage here in this fight. C9 cannot back down for any reason. If they get off this point, they're going to lose the game. So it's up to Surefour right now for some last moment heroics as he does take out Zoms.
Yeah, Zoms got pressured into a corner by Reaver. Some nice coordination as Shortfur was waiting around that corner to pop him with McCree, so they picked that up too. And so now it's some nice posturing here from both Winstons on either side.
Back to Fiction actually have to get out early, and Reaver and Surefour, the Bash Brothers unite once more. They get 2 kills early on. FaZe in trouble here. Too Easy shut down by the flashbang, and that is going to be C9 holding on once more. And going to the next fight, Hex, they will have Sound Barrier up. It's going to be Sound Barrier v Sound Barrier, but C9 has a great odds of winning the next fight. And if they do that, they very well could win this round.
Yeah, they probably know that Zoms doesn't have his Graviton up because he's so far away from it. So recently used, but holding that Sound Barrier for the last second would be a good idea because that combo has been devastating them.
And here we go, C9, first 2 picks here once more. Surefour chasing down Shadowburn. Shadowburn in a little bit of trouble, just spamming crouch to avoid headshots. So is Too Easy, but while this is going on, all the DPS of FaZe are focusing on Surefour, while the rest of C9 focuses on the backline of FaZe. And C9 is going the hold. And now for FaZe, they're going to have to rush in with Sound Bear and just hope to keep this in overtime. But given that they have Dragon Blade, Hex, they very well could take this last fight.
Yeah, last fight for all the marbles of Ilios for FaZe here, and here it comes.
All right, Shadowburn moving in right now, ends up getting Discord Orbed, has to back out. Reaver shutting him down. There will be no heroic Shadow Blade or Dragon Blade this time coming out of Shadowburn. 65 here for C9, and Reaver piling on. 2 kills for him, looking for Winston. Winston damage. Pulse bomb on the way from downtown. Reaver cleaning it up.
It's going to be Cloud9.
Oh
They're
my
going to take
goodness.
the stage.
All right, so C9 taking the round.
It all starts with one stage, you get another stage, maybe take the map, then we'd be tied 1-1, but I am so thrilled. After the first stage, and then the second stage particularly, I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a really short evening, because Cloud9 does not look like they are ready to play just yet. They absolutely woke up off the back of some Short4 heroics, which just seems like something we've said for almost every map we've seen Cloud9 on lately, doing it on the McCree. Then Reaver absolutely came to life. Everyone else played really well in the supports of those roles too, and absolutely bringing it back from the brink. We are back onto this first stage. I really doubt they're going to run a Pharah.
Yeah, we're back to the first stage, and that's exactly where I was going with this. Pharah fans everywhere, shed your tears, shed your Bible thumbs, because everyone's favorite Rocket Queen, she's gone. She's not coming back. C9 tried it, didn't like it, going a little bit more standard, although they're not running the Genji. This is the difference, is that Surefour last patch definitely would have been Genji. They're saying that they think McCree is a little bit better for this, and we'll see if it pays off here.
Hard to argue with the results that Shore 4 got off of McCree too, and I think just the coordination between him and Reaver, putting people in positions that make each other successful, was phenomenal in the last stage.
And look at this poke coming up from Share4. It is keeping 2Easy under control here, stopping him from doing crazy stuff. C9 absolutely winning the poke war to start things out, but FaZe able to back out and fully heal, so the fight will be underway once more. Share4 on the Shadow Burn. Reaver is down. Both teams down to 1-star DPS as 2Easy rolling around the back. Adam in his sights. Adam is going to fall here. Forsaken and Factor Fiction coming up the front, and it's going to be FaZe taking this first fight.
Yeah, the FaZe tanks just play in such a fearless manner. It's really fun to watch. Zoms and Factor Fiction, they jump in, and a lot of tanks would get out when they're just staying in. They don't get out completely. They just duck around a corner for a second, let some shields recharge, maybe let some cooldowns reset, and then come back in and constantly dealing damage. They're always an ever-present threat, and right now, not being dealt with. Factor Fiction's got a nice position up here up top to see if anyone's coming in.
Well, what's going to happen here is we will have Sound Barrier trading up for Sound Barrier here. Grego should be opening it with it in a moment. Raucous will counter. And Reaver, though, able to get to backlines, taking out Forsaken. Sound Barrier comes out late. It's too late for Forsaken, and here comes C9 with the 65 opportunity. Reaver tearing in the Winston will get that pick off. 64 now for C9 as they just roll it in. But here comes Shadowburn. Dragon Blade at the ready. Only 6 seconds now, not 8. But still, finds Share4 in the back. Assassinates enemy DPS, but his team is dying all around him, Max.
Yeah, and I'm really happy for Reaver. We kind of, well, I mean, at least I came down on a little bit hard yesterday that he was just looked a little bit out of sorts, but he looked his best on the Tracer, and so far his Tracer play the last 2 stages has been phenomenal. He's not getting distracted at all. When he starts going in on a target, yes, he's avoiding other damage, but he makes sure to finish that target. He did so with Zoms in the last fight. Really nice play from Reaver so far.
Reaver definitely has been showing up today in a big way. Kai, though, goes down early, was a little bit far up, 2Easy with the punish, and now early Transcendence coming out here. FaZe looking for the kill. Share4 was able to kill 2Easy, though, early on, so we'll see if he can survive this Winston onslaught. Gonna force out the Primal Rage as you look deeper into the fight right now. Debet still buying time, and Adam might have DC'd for a moment there.
Yeah, Grego's still trying to get on the point, but he's going to be cleaned up. FaZe should be able to flip this back. It's just Debet on the point trying to clean it up, trying to stall out as much as possible. He knew he was going to die there, but he wanted to keep the percentage going up. That's exactly what Kai is doing as well. Both tanks will pay their life, but it bought them probably about 10%, and they knew they were going to have to respawn with their team anyway. Why not get some free percentage points?
Alrighty, so once more the C9 offense is regrouping this round. Very, very close, about to be 52% to 52%. Sound barriers will be traded off here in the next fight, but the man to watch here is going to be Kai. Kai was absolutely heroic yesterday. We'll see if he can keep that trend up here today. His Graviton's on point. Will it be on point once more? The Graviton comes in. Shadowburn going for the deflect. Not able to get the pulse bomb coming in here from Reaver. Does not get what he's looking for, but the cleanup is still there for C9. 2 kills coming in. And we'll see if FaZe can turn this back around, but they are awfully poked down right now.
Yeah, kind of a messy fight all over the place there. I thought that Graviton was really nice, grabbed a couple people, but the DPS were so far away, engaged in their own fights into the pack room there, and not able to come in and really get the immediate cleanup that they wanted. But Devin is going wild now, takes on Forsaken and 2Easy. There is a guerrilla fight on this point. Factor Fiction with the better of it, but here comes his own Primal Rage.
This is a fight of science, Hex. You take that back. But Debet here with the Primal Rage, looking for the knockoffs, just juggling Zoms. Zoms, he's going for a ride into the seas of Ilios. And that's going to be C9 taking this fight.
They're one fight away from tying up this stage, and then another stage away from tying up this set. And after how bad those first stages looked, I am thrilled that we are in for this kind of Overwatch tonight.
No, this has been great. However, Zoms has a chance to pull this right back here for FaZe. His Graviton absolutely pivotal. Graviton does come in, pulls in 3. FaZe looking for the follow-up as 2Easy gets the bomb. 3 people down, and FaZe not going quietly right now. They will be retaking this point, but C9 will have a chance to bring this back with support ultimates, no less.
Well, that's a really nice 3 to take down there, too. I mean, they got a support, they got a DPS, they got a tank, effectively just gutting the team in half with all those roles kind of halved there. So really nice timing again from 2Easy. His pulse bomb timing has been perfect on those. Of course, you give credit to Zoms, although Zarya never gets credit where she's due. So really nice there. And now we are down to the last fight for this stage.
Last fight is underway. Shadowburn with the Dragon Blade moving in. Gonna get stymied here by this Transcendence. Oh no! He is able to wall climb back up, but he has to put the sword away. Didn't get those last 2 slashes as Debet and Reaver moving right in. C9 bringing this back. If they win this fight, they win this round. And Hex, the reverse sweep is now a distinct possibility.
That's it. They're going to take this stage. We're going to roll again and get onto a different stage as well. But Wow, Cloud9. Like I said, you know, maybe after that one fight in the pit stage, they finally just woke up a little bit. They started to look good, brought it back, a little morale boost that they were able to win a fight. They weren't able to win that stage, but it did seem like they were finally coming alive. They've really done a lot of work off the back of their DPS, which when they are playing well, they're doing great. So Short4 and Reaver have done really nice. Adam's still having connection problems, but it hasn't hurt them too bad. We might give him a moment after this set, but it has been a phenomenal comeback from Cloud9.
Adam did DC in the middle of that. That's why I was wondering, because I looked at the spot and I was like, okay, so something is weird here, but C9 didn't affect them one bit. They were able to pull it back. And now we go back here to the well, and we'll see if they can win this once more, because if they do, they're going to be evening up this series score 1-1 in a truly epic fashion, too, given how this map started.
Well, it was the first stage that they actually were able to pull back, so familiar with victory on this stage. They did so at the brink at 99%, and Short4 came with heroics, but big initiations are going to come from Factor Fiction first. Debit is going to try to initiate as well.
C9 got poked pretty heavily there, but they didn't lose anyone. They are going to be able to heal up and bring this right back. Looking for the right initiation. Reaver, though, having some trouble getting things done to start things out here. Not quite getting what he's looking for, but he's had a great round so far. We'll see if he can keep it up. And now he's just working his way to the background. Forsaken, target acquired, looking for him right now, but while he's on Forsaken, Adam is dying in the backline, the Shadowburn. So first pick off here, the FaZe, and FaZe should be able to snowball this in the favor, but maybe not. Short4 and Reaver turning it right back. 4v4, this is still a real fight.
Well, Raucus somehow got himself out of the pit, so he's going to be able to save his team, and they should retreat here. He was almost falling in the pit. Here comes a pulse bomb late, takes down Zombs. Reaver having the game of his life. Raucus finally just jumps into the pit after he skated up there for about 30 seconds trying to get out.
Raucus just couldn't handle a world without Zombs. Wanted to go respawn and look for a better fight, but C9 able to clutch that out. Really good stuff from Reaver and Short4 there at the last moment, and C9 in a good position otherwise. They're going to be able to open up a Sound Bear in the next fight, and they should be able to push FaZe right back.
Yeah, be patient there to not just bully their way in. Waited for a couple picks when people just overextended a little bit, because they were getting absolutely zoned out. They tried to rotate left and right and were met with Factor Fiction each time, so wait to get a couple advantages, and then here comes both Sound Barriers.
All right, Sound Bears are both out here. Shadowburn into the backline, looking for the first pickoff. Adam has gone down in no small part to the 2 easy and Shadowburn. The flank is successful, but Short4 bringing it right back, looking for Shadowburn, gets him. The double kill from Short4, about to be a triple as he mercilessly guns down Raucus.
Forsaken knocked into the pit with Transcendence active, and Transcendence makes you invulnerable, but not to gravity, not to the bottomless pit of Ilios. He went down really early in that fight. Now in FaZe's favor right now, Zombs does have this Graviton. It's the only alt currently on the board.
This is interesting. C9 at 51%. They have a buffer here. They could lose the next fight, but it's really going to be down to Zombs to land a good Graviton here. It doesn't look like we see thus far. Kai takes out Shadowburn immediately, and things are looking pretty good for C. Well, they were looking good. FaZe, though, fighting it right back. Graviton is out from Zombs, sets up for 3 kills. Kai stuck in the middle, and he's going to go down, and FaZe able to fight their way out of a rough situation. No Shadowburn required.
Yeah, unfortunately, Adam not able to get there in time with his Transcend to try to save people, try to keep them alive, but that is definitely FaZe bringing it back. They're 75%, so if they lose one fight, maybe they can bring it back. 75 is one of those weird numbers too, but I just want to watch both these Tracers, both with Pulse Bomb, both been nailing Pulse Bomb so far in this set.
This is going to be an interesting fight. This fight pretty much without ult. Pulse Bomb, of course, comes up pretty quickly anyway, so we'll see how it works out here, but whoever gets the first pick, very likely to win this. Short4 doing a good job of keeping 2 easy back, but Reaver digs too deep, is taken out. 2 easy does the same, though. Both teams down to Tracer. Adam's still alive, but Shadowburn able to keep it together and might just get this double kill.
Super back and forth, alternating in the kill feed between red and blue. There goes red again as Zombs takes down the bats, but that is finally adding a couple in a row as Factor Fiction chimes in, takes down Kai. Factor Fiction's been great, just kind of when they have control of the space here. He's been dominating this left side, making them rotate to right. When they rotate to right, he jumps over there and dominates there. It's been really frustrating for Cloud9 to try to find an angle to actually get into the map.
Oh, Forsaken got taken out early, and now if they counter with the Sound Barrier on FaZe, it's still going to be 6v5. It's not a great situation. Shadowburn moving in, Dragon Blade out once more, able to get the double kill. 6 seconds, enough for Shadowburn, and they're able to win that despite the early loss of their Zenyatta, so really gutsy play coming out from FaZe.
Yeah, I think Kai wanted that Graviton back too. The fire well came a little bit late. They are trying to capitalize on it with a couple different kills, but he gave his life immediately after that Graviton came out. Not ideally what you want, but they're right back into this. They were not waiting for a full group up. They just want to pressure a little bit, knowing that they made some decent trades in that last fight.
Shadowburn able to take out Adam early on this fight. This is not a good start here from C9. Deadeye, though, comes out, takes out Shadowburn. That is a decent trade here. It's going to be 5v5. Shadowburn backing out, wasn't at the greatest HP. And we'll see how this works out. Reaver right now coming in from the back. Surefour's going to be coming in from the front.
Oh. He got pooped into the pit again with Transcendence. That feels bad, man.
That is not great. That is one of the only ways Zen can actually dive Transcendence up. And Surefour now coming in, getting the McCree cleanup that McCree is so good at. Will be able to push back FaZe, and C9 in overtime going to recap this. And it is all going to come down to the last fight.
Grego's got to feel like a god right now. This is the second time he's knocked out a Transcended. Oh my goodness, that feels bad. So this is the last fight for this stage, last fight for the map incoming here. They do have their Wombo combo up though.
They will, and that's the thing is that they do have Transcendence, but Transcendence isn't going to stop the burst from the Pulse Bomb coming in here. But Kai able to take out Raucus early. This is going to be a 6v5 now. Zombs goes for the Graviton, but TUZ with the combo only takes out Grego. C9 rushed down FaZe before they were able to get anything done. And as a result, C9 now on the verge of bringing this map back. They just need a few more kills, and Hex, they've done it. C9 evens up the series 1-1 after going down 2 rounds here on Ilios. What a start to this here.
That was just amazing. You know, I was happy that they were trying the Pharah, but I want to see what this Raucus play of the game is. Rarely do you see a Lucio play of the game.
Usually involves boobs.
Debit.
The Winston scream. It's like, good. That'll do, Raucus. That'll do.
Yeah, I think they wanted to run the Pharah Mercy. Obviously did not work out at all, not even close to working out. And then they switched off. It took them a while to find their footing off of that. I think the second stage when they finally won a fight, because it had been 199% to 0 so far at that point. So they finally won a fight, got some percentage back, maybe get a little confidence back, a little momentum. You know, it is a mental momentum too. So they were able to bring that back. Then just stage after stage after stage, really nice plays. Reaver came absolutely to life. Surefour quietly on the cleanup with his McCree was a great addition as well. And then just Grego just knocking Transcended Zenyatta's into pits like it's nothing.
It was great from C9. It was a good comeback coming back in. They sort of arguably threw a round away with the Pharah experiment, but Surefour and McCree did work out. They were not running Genji there, and none the worse for wear. You could definitely see how the Genji nerf affected Shadowburn, where there are points where if he just had 2 more seconds on the Dragon Blade, he would have gotten 2-3 extra kills in many of those fights, and clearly, Genjis are going to have to go for more burst in their Dragon Blade and less just, I have a blade out for ages, let's kill everyone.
Right. I think he filled on the pit, too, because he didn't have his second jump from the wall climb as well. He died really early in one of those pits. So that is Ilios. That is Cloud9 bringing it back. Of course, we mentioned that FaZe has the 1-game advantage as coming from the winner bracket. So we are now tied in this best-of-5 finals, 1-1. We're going to give Adam a moment to reset his router because we don't want any DC nonsense deciding a set that's going to be this great. Winner takes home 3K, loser takes home 2K. So they're essentially fighting for a grand right now in this set.
Alrighty, so as Hex just mentioned, we are waiting for Adam to reconnect. Adam has been having some connection issues as of late. We'll throw it back to me and Hex here because the lobby just not quite as exciting. Although sometimes it is exciting when the players get a little bit into it, but chat relatively quiet. So yeah, that was interesting comment from C9 where they have effectively eliminated the lower bracket disadvantage, and FaZe, it's weird because FaZe seeming like they came out really strong. Too Easy was playing out of his mind, and then as the set evolved, it was really Reaver turning it on, with Surefour being the rock in the back, and of course good quality support and tank play as usual coming out for C9, but it did work out for them.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And I have a treat for people who like maps you don't see very often. We are using the map pool from last night, which of course still includes Dorado and Hollywood, but there's also a map that includes called Route 66, and that's where we're going next.
We should just completely take control, break all the rules, and go, no, guys, you're playing on Eichenwald, just so the players can see it, but or the viewers, but I don't think that'd go too well with the players. I'd be like, wait, we don't want to play Eichenwald right now.
Should be in the pool this weekend, right?
It will be in the pool this weekend. I expect it to get banned out immediately because players hate anything that's new with a passion just because of virtue of being new, but maybe we'll see it.
Yeah, it took months for kind of Ilios and Anubis to actually get played in a non-joke, non-forced manner. So, yeah, I think maybe the analysts want to talk a little bit about Ilios. Josh, he's asking me for a little screen time.
We'll see. So I think what we'll do here while we're waiting for Adam, we're going to throw to the analyst desk. They will break down what we just saw there and C9's great comeback within a map. And once Adam is back in, we'll be throwing right back to the game. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Alienware Monthly Melee Grand Finals being played today rather than tomorrow due to the internet stuff. But man, it has been fun thus far. And we will be right back. All right, guys, you are going to be live in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. This is Ask Joshy back again with Flame and Slasher. This is the analyst corner for the Alienware Monthly Melee August. We did just watch the first game there. We're waiting for Adam to make his way back. But for now, we can talk about Ilios. Basically, FaZe took the first 2 points. It looked pretty scary for Cloud9, but there was a turning point on the third round in the well where Reaver really turned it on as Tracer. Surefour finally got into a groove with that McCree, and things ended up going all C9's way. Flame, let's talk about this map first. What did you notice that you can share with the viewers here?
Well, so C9 kind of looked lost at the beginning, but I think it was because they were trying too hard to adjust to the patch. Like, you saw them come out with the Fire Mercy, then you saw them come out with the McCree on the second map. And I thought that the McCree was where Surefour was tilting because they had gotten 100 to 0 like almost twice. But then on the well stage, I think it was the third map, he wound up just like him and Reaver actually just turned it up, and it was insane. Like, at the beginning, I felt like they weren't getting much done, and Shadowburn was everywhere. But then towards the second or the third map, rather, it felt like Shadowburn fell off and Reaver just stepped up. And I didn't see Too Easy like at all. I felt like Reaver was just controlling him really well, and Kai was just hitting his things, his gravitons. But Reaver hit, I think, 90% of his pulse bombs this match. I'm not sure if it was, like, I don't have a stat because we don't have stats, but he consistently kept hitting his pulse bombs, and he wasn't even waiting for the gravitons. And when you're constantly getting those solo pickoffs with the bomb, I mean, it makes a huge difference. And I've never seen a Winston player get so many environmental kills as DeBet during this series. Like, I think there were 2 Forsaken Zenyatta Transcendences that got completely countered because he just pushed them off the stage. And Grego did it once. Like, they were playing around that Zenyatta so well. Like, if they can keep this up, I see them continuing through the rest of the series, like, pretty confidently.
I mean, when the series started, me and Flame were going to, like, okay, they picked Farrah. That's not going to work. Did not work. Farrah, we might see Fire Mercy throw out payload, potentially, but I don't even know about that. Then the second stage goes in. They try to switch back into normal. He actually played Genji for a little bit. Surefour did. True. Did not work at all. Then he went to McCree. Still didn't look like it was working. They go to a third stage. We're like, okay, probably going to be 3-0. And then really, yeah, Reaver, especially, I think, out of the two, really did turn it on. He pretty much hit every single pulse bomb he had to. He did a lot of risky pulse bombs. He wasn't waiting for the Zarya combo to get the kills that he needed to really put the team on his back and to make sure that they got there. But more interestingly, I think on FaZe's side, you've got to say that Shadowburn did not look like the same Shadowburn on Genji, and that you have to wonder how much of that is to do with the new change to his kit. I mean, he fell into the well in a very crucial time back on that third round when they had Zarya combo with Tracer and Sword all at the same time. They could have won the map right there and been up 2-0, and he dies in there, and then he's really not able to pull it together for the next 3 rounds. So I wonder if that's now going to be something they're going to be thinking about going into the next King of the Hill. And these payload maps, is Shadowburn going to Genji, or are they going to switch things up? I still think Zen will probably continue to see throughout the series, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Mercy come back for Cloud9. But I really don't think, because Forsaken is not really used to playing that, I think we'll probably see Zen Lucia to continue from them.
All right, well, next up is going to be Route 66. Adam has rejoined us in the lobby now, so we will get a chance to see this full payload map rather than control. ZP and Hexagrams, let's not wait any longer. Go ahead and take us to Route 66 for Game 3. Game 2/Game 3, as it is 1-1.
Alrighty, we are back here at the Alienware Monthly Melee, getting ready to go in the Route 66. Thank you, Analyst Desk, for breaking that down. No countdown this time, but hey, you never know. Every now and then you do forget to mute your microphone, but we are getting into it. Here, we'll be in the next map, and we'll see just what C9 has in store for us here on Route 66, where we haven't seen this map a whole lot as of late. It did get into the Overwatch Open a little bit, but it was hardly a popular map.
No, not necessarily popular, but at least it's still alive. You know, it takes teams so long, as you mentioned, to really adapt to trying new maps and things like that. And, you know, it's finally come where teams have played it a little bit more. I think it's a really good McCree map, so I think we'll probably see both teams running a McCree here. That's probably the only variation we're going to see. No Winston. Well, we might see a Winston, but we're definitely going to see a little more Reinhardt, especially on the offense and or defense here. So a couple switches up since it's not King of the Hill, and we'll see what these teams want to run. But yeah, as I guess, both Short 4 and Too Easy, I think, are going to stay on these McCrees.
Yep, so this is where, again, if it were last patch, we'd probably see Shadowburn here in the Genji, but I gotta say, this is a big decrease in power for FaZe if it gets to a point where people aren't running Genji a whole lot on these maps. Given how powerful Genji was in the last patch and how Shadowburn was seen by many as potentially the best Genji in the game, that's a big power drop for FaZe if Shadowburn has to go on Tracer more often.
We've seen patches kind of, well, at least confound players. I mean, just look at the other side. It's taken Reaver a while to find his home again. Now he's playing a great Tracer, but he was he's just shaky post-Widow nerf, too. So a patch can really shake things up team-wise, player-wise, a lot of things, because these changes, even if they look kind of small on paper, and I don't even think these look small on paper, change everything. And then you got to reorganize as a team, re-dynamic. Can you play this? Can I play that? And so it's going to take teams a while to adjust. So we are definitely firmly in that adjustment period, night of the patch here, but Adam also running this Mercy is an interesting wrinkle.
Should be interesting to see. Mercy, of course, has basically been out of things for a long time. Mercy, of course, very team-defining when it comes to team fights, where if she's alive and you have a res, you can bring things right back. Teams haven't been running it because of the pure offensive power of Zen at times, but hey, they're not running Lucio here at all due to Lucio changes. So Lucio out, Mercy in, and let's see if it works out for C9.
Yeah, it's been such an interesting thing here because it used to be like it was up to the offense to initiate onto big Earls, right? Just jump up there with a a Winston or a Diva and take them down. Now they just push the cart under big Earls, and then it's really whenever the defense wants to fight, they'll drop down onto it. It's been such an interesting change on this map.
So the interesting thing, given that the defense is running Lucio, is that they're going to be a little bit better too on poke, and they'll have the initiation advantage in the offense. The offense, though, going to be a little bit more sturdy, as right now, both teams still just trying out poke. C9 doing a better job of actually dealing with it right now, but Too Easy, first pick of the game, does punish Reaver for poking a little bit too far in, and this is where the defense could just speed boost right in, 2 kills, and they're going to push C9 back.
Yeah, Shadowburn takes down Short 2. That is all the DPS down. They're going to chase down some of these kills, and Devet has to be a little bit careful. Yeah, so he jumps out there, and just his mere presence scares them away as he's got that Mercy behind him as well. So any damage onto him is going to be replenished very quickly as Mercy's got a ton of healing per second. So they're just going to wait for their DPS and regroup here, but now they're going to be pushing into some pretty nice ultimates on the defense.
This is a bit of a rarity here. The C Kai not anywhere close to the other Zarya on Zarya. Of course, he just swapped off, but here comes Ground Time pulled in. 4 people at C9, if not 5. The pulse bomb from Shadowburn destroying 3 people down. Adam, though, immediately going in for the res, going to bring up the Fallen. Will C9 be able to turn this back? Of course, this used to be Overwatch 101 for a long time, but Mercy out of the meta. Didn't see it as much, but in fact, it will be the Mercy res turning the fight.
Yeah, they bring it absolutely back, and even if they didn't have the res there, I thought it was going to turn out pretty good for me. Get a couple picks because that reinforced distance is extremely long for the defense, as it is on a lot of these payload maps. So nice plays there. The Resurrections bring it back. Here comes the Transcendent, bring this fight in favor of FaZe.
Too Easy right now, just rolling right in after the Transcendence, able to take out Reaver once more. Earthshatter coming in from Debet. Will it be enough? It does certainly get Factor Fiction killed as he swings the hammer, almost takes out Zombs. And C9 not quite getting what they're looking for. Shadowburn Too Easy come in the flank, get 2 kills, and they might be pushing Surefour and company back.
Yeah, they definitely are, and now they take down Grego 2 in the retreat. They take down Surefour. Here comes another Resurrection, though, from Adam. They don't want to have to reinforce him all the way back, but he gets taken down as well. Too Easy on a rampage.
Too Easy definitely having a good series here thus far today. Started out Ilios super strong, definitely starting out Route 66 very strong. And you take a look at the time here, Cloud9 is going to be down to last push in just a moment. A lot is going to be dependent on Grego setting up his team with this Transcendence and see if Surefour can really get the pickoffs while in there. But Surefour actually not with his team whatsoever. He's on the flank, and this is risky. If he gets picked off here, Hex, it's all over.
Yeah, there's a big initiation over the top as Kai tries to take control of the roof. They are kind of all scattered down now. Here comes the Transcendence to initiate. Shore4 takes down Shadowburn, which is a nice start to that.
2 quick kills here from the C9 DPS, pulling it forward. Kai's giving up his life, but it creates enough of a distraction that C9 can just roll forward here. Nothing on Shore4, nothing stopping him from just laying in the damage as he sees fit. Zom's in trouble here in the backline, gonna go down. And C9 looking like they're gonna be getting the extra time as the payload moves forward.
Yeah, too easy, not long for this world as he's cleaned up. Raucus is gonna do his best just to hide and keep this card from moving. This is a strategy we see pretty uniquely on Route 66. There's a couple nice corners for supports to just hang out and it actually stalls the card out. So they're still playing the stall game as Forsaken's going to transcend on the payload as Factor comes in, swings the hammer, takes down Grego, but there goes Forsaken. That should be it. They are going to keep on this stall, but the point is captured.
They were keeping up, but they definitely disengaged towards the very end. I was keeping an eye on Zoms, and Zoms is like, maybe I don't want to go in. He was coming at the Graviton, but it just would have been a waste if he went in there towards the end. Just too much death chaining by C9 to give themselves an edge.
Well, they can't really lose any fights for Cloud9 because they only have 90 seconds to get to this next point, and it is a long, winding road where there's going to be a ton of defensive advantage on these high grounds as well. So they need to have a better fight than they've had so far. Adam needs to stay alive. I know this is back to the Mercy meta, but Adam's done a great job doing so far. He's got Resurrection available.
Graviton is going to come in, but only picks up Reinhardt here. Shadowburn's still going to move in, doesn't quite get what he's looking for. Reaver on the Zom, so Zom's getting absolutely nothing and getting picked off in the progress. The C9 picks off 2, and they're going to be able to roll this forward, keep the momentum in their favor, and very likely get just about to the second checkpoint.
Yeah, it has been all in favor of Cloud9 recently. There goes Forsaken off the edge to reset there. So even though they had to win every fight, I think we are going to see one more fight, though, just based on how FaZe wanted to stall out that first point as well. That stalling out that first point actually puts them in a position where if they can stall this out and win this fight, they should win, or at least stop the payload from moving.
Oh, Fact Fiction coming in, but Reaver starting out the bang. Pulse Bomb takes out 2. Shore4 takes out 2 at the Deadeye. The Bash brothers of Shore4 and Reaver going in. A triple for Shore4 and Zen. Probably not long for this world as Shore4's in hot pursuit.
Yet again, Zen the only one alive, and he's just going to try to dance around and keep his life up. So they clutch it out yet again. Add another minute and a half to this. Again, only 90 seconds to finish out this map. One good fight from FaZe should seal the map for them, but they've yet to find a good fight since those first couple on the very first point.
I would say that FaZe probably has to win 2 fights here. C9 has bought themselves a little bit more of a buffer, and FaZe does have sound barriers, so you look at the support ults, they should be able to rush in, although they're going to Res and Transcendence, so really it's more even than I'm giving it credit for here.
Well, Too Easy up top gets that flashbang down early. Here comes the initiation sounder. Too Easy trying to get this Jedi going.
That was not a good Earthshatter coming in. The Earthshatter completely whiffs. Reaver on the Too Easy right away. 2 kills here from C9. Earthshatter from Tibet later on in the fight. This should let them clean it up. Shore4 picks up 2, and Reaver's going to clean up the rest.
Yeah, Rock's going to try to stall out momentarily, but they are wide awake. They've got the Big Bang combination. They've got Resurrection. At this point, you'd have to think that this is Cloud9's map to win if they can just get any value out of the ultimates that they have up.
Oh, Kai's going to be looking for that right now. Graviton is at the ready. Shadowburn, though. Dragon Blade coming out, going to the back line. 2 members are in on that Graviton. Reaver with the follow through, picks up 2, gets the triple kill, and Shadowburn in the back line, not getting much.
Shore4 cleans up 2. They're going to res just to bring back everyone so that they have a full 6 to try to finish off this push. 20 seconds to do so. It looks like they're going to get there.
They are just about there. And by the way, there is a new time bank system here for payload, so we'll get to see the last little bit of it here, I think, if they can do this with any time left on the clock. Stall, it's coming, but this is going to be in time. No. 4.9 seconds remaining.
All right. They just completely different, as a tale of 2 halves there. They looked just really bad on that very first initiation, finally brought it together, and were not stopped at all since then. So I guess Fact has a question. Yeah, we are going to run time bank. We're just at the mercy of the patch, and I'm pretty happy for it, actually. It means that we don't have to run as many timers as we used to. It makes things a lot easier on the spectators as well.
It does. It's pretty good. The alternative would be the running in quick play, because if you run without the comp mode now, then it gets weird.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Either way, that is a time with all 4.9 seconds remaining, so not the quickest time in the world coming out from C9, but still, they were able to clutch it out after what was a very rough start in the very beginning.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what kind of compositional switches we see coming out. Shadowburn yet to choose his hero on offense. So that might be an interesting thing. Yeah, he probably still wants to try to run Genji, but it did not work out real well for them on Ilios. So we'll see. That is kind of the big question for this FaZe team moving forward. As you mentioned earlier, that Shadowburn was an amazing Genji. Are the nerfs going to hit them too hard where you just can't run a Genji anymore? But I think they're trying to achieve optimal balance in all the heroes. Of course, is Blizzard. So maybe Genji's still in there, just not super strong as he used to be. Looks like Cloud9 is going to run their same composition as they ran on offense with Adam on that Mercy.
Alrighty, so we'll see how this works out here for the defense. Do like the return of Mercy here. Hopefully it is a thing and won't just get thrown to the wayside. For me, I think the ideal is that we eventually get to a point where support meta-wise, you see a good, healthy mix of all the supports. And clearly right now, just looking at the differences between the two teams, maybe we're heading that way where it'll be more team style than not. Although gamers do like finding a so-called top meta and sticking with it, so we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I try to crack the code as early as possible and then just run only that. So Shadowburn is on this Genji. That's going to be an interesting thing to watch, but it harkens back to a couple months ago. I think every kill and every plan has to start with how do we get to Adam? We got to take down Adam.
Right now, C9 just trying out Poke. Poke War actually being lost a little bit by C9. It's really good for FaZe. They are pushing C9 back a bit here. You look at the health, C9 is getting fully moved back here. Any moment here could result in 2-3 kills from FaZe. Just need a little bit more, but C9, they withstand the storm, they back out, and Surefour actually able to get the pick off on the 2-easy, so that was a brilliant turnabout here by C9, given how that started, and Zombs, you have to run for his life.
Just at a certain point, Cloud9 had just had enough of getting tickled by the Tesla Ray. Of course, FaZe is not running the Reinhardt, so they're not going to go slow and steady there. It was really cool early on, the positioning they got in front of the sign on Big Earls. You had both Factor Fiction up there and Shadowburn just getting free spam, and it pushed them all back a little bit. They weren't necessarily prepared. Then at a certain point, Cloud9's tank said, no, enough of this, get them off the rooftop, one in for some kills. Here comes Factor Fiction trying to take that spot up again.
Here comes Shadowburn, Dragon Blade coming out, 6 magic seconds as it were, has to use Deflect, takes out Grego, 3 kills here, distraction effective here for FaZe. Rezo gonna be coming in, and C9 has not lost this fight here just yet, but the sound barrier coming in, definitely adding a lot more momentum to FaZe. 2-easy in the back line, and C9 yet to get a kill in the last few seconds.
Yeah, the resurrection came up, but Adam paid his life for it. Is so often the case for Mercy. Everyone was back in the action a little quicker. One of the buffs to resurrection, but some nice follow-up there, knowing where everyone was going to spawn from, as it makes it a lot easier to kill. Only Surefour alive, and he is not long for this world either. Debit has an idea of coming in, but his idea should be to turn around right now.
Alright, so 2-easy just chasing down right now, no real fear whatsoever. They are going to get to that checkpoint, and they are going through here with much quicker speed than C9 was at the same time, so C9 definitely needs to find some bigger hold power here in the Streets phase if they want to bring this back in their favor.
Yeah, so now the bubble's just over the cart. They're going to keep moving forward. Definitely a faster time set so far. Reaver starts it off really nice, so takes down Forsaken. There goes Shadowburn. It is a 6v4 right now.
Surefour takes out Shadowburn first to start out this fight. Tibet moving forward, looking to drop the hammer. Might not drop it here because, frankly, that'd be just right in the opponent's spawn. FaZe wisely backing out immediately after losing that first pick.
Yeah, so they're just going to hold it high ground here on defenses where teams really like to hold top of the bridge here while their flankers go nuts. A great map for flankers, which is why you've seen the success of these Tracer players so far.
Here comes a Graviton. That's going to pull in at least 3. Surefour, though, takes out Factor Fiction to start things out. Bomb comes in from 2-easy, takes out Surefour. 5v5 right now is 2-easy. Someone unleashed here on the top. Rez comes in. Surefour already back in the action. And C9 might be winning this fight off this Rez as 2-easy desperately trying to take out Surefour. Will do that, but his team is dead all around him, and he's kind of off on an island right now.
It's going to be off the res and also to hit a huge Earth Shatter. Got 3 Fire Strike, took a charge in, so he took one of the people out completely, and then 2 people lying on the ground out of that fight, allowing everyone else to clean up there. So really nice Earth Shatter coming up from the bat.
Alright, so taking a look here at the next fight, there will be a Transcendence coming out from FaZe, and not much else. Going to be running into the Graviton here of Kai. So Transcendence v Graviton on the menu. We'll see if Kai can set this up. Surefour, though, takes out Forsaken immediately. There will be no Transcendence, and now this is C9's fight to lose as Surefour lays in the poke from above, and FaZe just going to get pushed all the way back.
Yeah, Rockus does kill up Reaver towards the end, but it was way too late after a couple kills had already come in. Factor Fiction knows that that is the direction he needs to be charging out of the fight, and Cloud9 holds strong yet again. 90 seconds to get this start to the next point for FaZe.
Right now, Surefour just laying it in. The damage boost in McCree is still pretty darn effective. And you take a look at the next fight. Kai still holding on to Graviton. Graviton is out, pulls in 3. Will the follow-up be there? Pulse Bomb is in, blows up 2. And FaZe, they're going to be up against the clock here. They must win every fight from here on out here, Hex, at least until they get to the second checkpoint, because one more lost fight, they're not going to have enough time to actually bring this to the end.
And they've won the lost the last couple fights so handily that they're not going to have a ton to work with. Yeah, they have Transcendence, more of a reactionary ult more often than not. So we'll see if that comes into play here. They are going to get high noon here. Shadowburn should have his Pulse Bomb up momentarily. Maybe that can swing the tides. But yeah, as you mentioned, time is running out for FaZe.
They're going to have to open up here with the Transcendence, hope that Shadowburn gets a Pulse Bomb in the backline. Grego takes out Raucus immediately, though. This is hardly the start that they want. Transcendence out here from C9. They're going in for the kill. And Shadowburn just looking for anything up top. Does have Adam in his sights. Adam, though, able to give him the slip as Reaver doing more in the backline of FaZe.
Well, it's absolutely huge, though. Shadowburn did take down Adam, so no resurrection available. Zombs is going to pile on, takes down Grego, but they answer with a couple kills of their own. 3 kills for Cloud9 in response. So even though they took down Adam early, Adam's going to be back up in this fight for the next fight, if it even occurs. About 15 seconds left, and Cloud9 looking to take a lead in this series.
This would be catastrophic here for FaZe, and yeah, 10 seconds remaining. I don't know if they can get to this payload in time. It's going to be awfully close. They don't have a Zoom-Yata to get in. It does look like, though, they will get in in time. Zombs, though, goes down to the Deadeye. There will be no Graviton. And now will the remaining members of FaZe win this 4v6? Not when Surefour is on the job to bet. Knocks them to the Earth Shatter, and everything here are going to go away the way of C9.
Yeah, just a kind of victory resurrection there from Adam as he floats into the distance. Cloud9 takes it. They're now up in this series 2-1, 1 map away from taking home the grand prize.
1 to 3.
Strong stuff coming out here from C9, and I think it's safe to say here, Hex, that the new patch definitely giving FaZe some trouble here, because I feel like if it was last patch, we just would have seen Shadowburn go off and do Shadowburn things in the backline, but I feel like this might be affecting FaZe's power rankings quite a bit.
Well, every time something hits a PTR, I know that, you know, you and I look at it, and then a lot of the pro players look at it, and we think, who is this going to affect the most? And a lot of the patches come through, we're like, well, it's going to be interesting to see what this team does and what this player does. Can he play something else? Is he a one-trick pony? Things like that. So those questions are going to have to be answered by Shadowburn, who was phenomenal on Genji. And I don't think there's any doubt that I think Genji got hit probably the hardest in this most recent patch. So can he adjust to that in his Genji play? Can he switch on to different heroes? A lot of questions for the top-tier Genjis. A lot of the other top-tier Genjis, I mean, you just put Surefour in that sentence, have a, I guess, much wider or much prolific, more experience on other heroes rather. So it's not the questions for them. But Shadowburn, he is going to have to just kind of readjust. The best Genji in the world, Genji got hit pretty hard. We'll see how he rolls with that. We are going to Hollywood next.
That was the one criticism on Shadowburn for quite a long time, which was just that Shadowburn is a really good player. He's exceptionally good, but he only has the gigantic just, did that really happen, heroics on his Genji. I mean, everything else he plays is solid, but it's not the ridiculous team-defining power that sort of Shadowburn is known for. So if he can't run Genji, or if Genji himself just doesn't have that same effect, I think it definitely hurts FaZe in a big way. But we're going to Hollywood. We'll see if FaZe can bring this right back. C9 leading 2-1 in the series. And now C9 looking to close it out and get the full $3,000 for their team.
Yeah, and this is a map I've always kind of associated with Cloud9. They always ran a really cool defense on this map. I don't think that's going to be back into, but it's definitely a map that they're very comfortable on. We'll see what kind of new strategies we might see post-patch. Headed to Hollywood. It is all on the line for Cloud9. It's so hard to push to talk and hit the start button at the same time because it's like there's similar buttons, so that's why that happened.
Hex, if you want the power, which clearly you have right now, you must learn the joy of multitasking. It's the only way. But we are here on sunny, happy Hollywood, not dark and dreary Kings Row. We'll just see if C9 can push their advantage here and pull this out, because right now, new patch definitely seeming like it's agreeing with them.
Your map loading? Mine's not loading.
I am fully loaded in.
I got a black screen.
If worse comes to worse, I would just restart and just invite you back in. It wouldn't be the first time I've had to do a solo cast, but man, that is rough.
Yeah.
At the end, you're out of breath, you're panting. It's not great.
I'll bring my client back in a second. It's on you for a moment.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Hex has lost his glorious admin powers. Now we can truly be free. But take a look here at other things that matter. Take a look. on the defense of C9. It's going to be Kai here on the Zarya, Grego on Zenyatta, Debet on Reinhardt, Reaver on Roadhog, Surefour on McCree, and Adam going to round it out here on the Defensive Mercy. So once more, Defensive Mercy coming out. So taking a look here at the offenses they set up for the side of FaZe. It's going to be Shadowburn here in the Genji, Too Easy on McCree, Zombs on Zarya, Fact Fiction on Reinhardt, Forsaken going to be in the Ana, if he stays there. Forsaken usually swaps back off to a Zen. Who knows in this patch? Raucus on the Mercy.
Yeah, Forsaken is, he's always on this Ana, and then he switches to Zen at the last second, just toying with everyone's hearts there. But look pretty standard here. Reaper on the Roadhog is kind of interesting, too. Adam, I think, just generally prefers Mercy, so if he can run it, they can find situation for him to run it, he's going to be on Mercy.
So, offensive phase, not wasting a whole lot of time here. It is going to be the Zen over the Ana. And Shadowburn looking for the heroics that he is known for. Early hook, though, comes up by Reaver, almost gets a pick off. Does end up getting Factor Fiction killed, so... Offensive phase without their shield tank, and this is going to let C9 be all the more aggressive, push things in. Nothing's really stopping Surefour from getting in the poke he's looking for, aside from just counter poke. But Surefour usually pretty happy to take those battles.
Yeah, not the cleanest entry. I think they may have wanted to get up these stairs, but they do have a couple people up the stairs now with Shadowburn and Zombs up there laying in damage. So now the slow push initiates here. They've got every angle that they want. They've stairs, they've got high ground, and now Factor Fiction pushing low ground.
Well, most importantly, Reaver was a little bit too far up, got picked off, and this is going to let FaZe just go all the way in. Too Easy creeping in the cafe. Rez does come in here from Adam as Reaver takes out Too Easy. Shadowburn, though, the Dragon Blade already out, picks up the 3K, and 6 seconds or no, Shadowburn definitely working it out there with the aid of Zombs.
Yeah, when we talk about those big moments, Shadowburn may have heard us and said, well, maybe not an 8-second moment, but how's that for a 6-second moment? 2 kills per second on that Dragon Blade there. Really nice. That's going to be first cap in pretty quick order, too. What's really nice for them as well is that they're going to have their own Resurrection up. They're going to have Earthshadow. They're going to have High Noon, and the only ultimate up for Cloud9 on their defense right now is Transcendence, though Kai a moment away from having Graviton.
And one would not be wise to underestimate Kai's Graviton prowess. He was pretty much the hero all day yesterday with what he was doing with Gravitons. Would expect the same here today. We'll be setting up Surefour and his Deadeyes. And he's just going right in. There's no fear on him right now. Graviton does come in, pulls in 3. Deadeye coming in from Surefour from the back, takes out Too Easy. And this is working out from C9, but did you see that? Kai just W-moused 1 in.
Yeah, he's got no fear on that Zarya, but they didn't really have the follow-up to it. The biggest source of damage in that Graviton was Debit sitting back there and Teslaing it. Now, I think they were just trying to get everyone low so that they could get the cleanup crew in there and do it. Didn't quite work out. Shadowburn turns it around, takes down Grego. An advantage right now for FaZe as they push through Hollywood streets.
It was good on FaZe to turn that back around. I mean, they did lose Too Easy pretty on, but C9 perhaps overdove a bit, overestimated the advantage they had, and Surefour now laying in the poke from above, but FaZe doing a good job of not actually fully dying to that, using all to their advantage, but Forsaken now in trouble, is going to go down to 3 quick shots, and here comes Surefour, stuns out Shadowburn. Shadowburn running for his life, but it's not going to be enough, and this is a 3K from Surefour, just absolutely decimating the FaZe side. Rez comes out later on, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough.
Optimistic Dragon Blade here from Shadowburn as he comes into the combo alone and Discord. He pays his life for it.
I think he got quick meleeed in the face at the very end, and yeah, optimistic is the best word for it. Reaver gonna get to the backline, get pickoffs. Interesting fight though, especially now that Mercy Rez back in the meta.
Yeah, so Cloud9 stabilized there, and I think you're right, that was a quick melee just based on his ragdoll and the physics that sent him flying off of that rooftop there. So yeah, there's a kind of a reset here. Zombs, Factor Fiction, Forsaken with ultimates up, some decent ones up for Cloud9 as well. Again, we're back in the Mercy meta where if they don't kill Adam in the fight, it all will be for naught.
So Zombs does have the Graviton up here, going to be using that to try and set up FaZe as they move in. C9 though pretty well spread out here. There's not a great Graviton target to set things up. Maybe they could get Zarya and Winston both in, but like I said, not great. Big charge though can come in, is going to set things up. Too Easy on the flank, gets 2 kills, moving in from the back. This is going to be a solid fight here from FaZe as Too Easy just explodes for 4 kills.
Yeah, not the most glorious of Earth Shatters, but a really nice way to start the fight to just completely eliminate their tank presence on the ground as they were able to take down Debit, followed it up because Grego was nearby, so take him out as well. Too Easy on the cleanup crew, and again, that's the only ult they had to use. They have 5 ults in the bank for their next and final play.
Graviton coming in here, Too Easy falling through, Surefour going down right away. 2 quick kills here from FaZe, and Shadowburn about to come out with the Dragon Blade here once more. The rest of his team doing well, and Tell you what, he doesn't even have to Dragon Blade here. Just good, solid play from FaZe to set that up.
Yeah, I think that Graviton was to try to prevent the cap to pull them off the limo and not allow it to reach that point, but the doors were already opening, so that fight, even if it had gone Cloud9's way, may have been a waste of resources regardless. But they do have some stuff yet to work with. It has been all FaZe in the recent moments here, though, and again, we're down to that good old time where both Mercies have Resurrection, so that is going to be the important eye on the kill feed.
This is where we'll see if teams can remember the art of killing a Mercy early on. Deadeye, though, comes in for sure for immediately bops to. All the DPS core is down here for the offense, and they're just going to back out because they cannot kill anything in this situation. Res does come out, but it's just not enough. Shadowburn, though, he's trying to make it happen off the res. Does get 2. Adam is down. Adam was not able to use a res here as a result, so he's turning it back around.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want and the timing that you want. So now if they can get a couple kills here, they're going to be in full advantage. Raucus was almost on his way back to another resurrection at 81%. So it is a brawl down here as it goes back into FaZe's corner. They're going to have re-up. And yeah, here comes the late resurrection from Adam. But now Raucus with a huge advantage when he comes back to the fight without res.
The res came in, but I don't know if that res was the greatest. I think Adam would have been better saved to save it there. All it did was get C9 killed again. And it's going to stagger them even more. This could be the most counterproductive res of all time as C9 now going to have to struggle to get back onto the point. Kai, though, will have Primal Rage. He's going to leap on in, keep things stalled, but he's almost dead. And here comes Shadowburn. Clean up Dragon Blade on the way. Moving, collecting the slice out Adam. Not able to get on just yet, but Adam will fall in the end as Too Easy rolling in on Bastion himself.
The Bastion finisher in full effect here as they cap this point in pretty good time. And Raucus got some nice reses there. Adam, as you mentioned, died in those fights, made a big advantage resurrection-wise for FaZe. They didn't even have to use the second res. And maybe a questionable res from Adam again. Maybe not so practiced as they used to be on some of these timings for Mercy, but I think it's pretty obvious we might be back re-entering the Mercy meta yet again.
Very likely to be a thing, and that's where I think the players have to get used to running Mercy again, and so do like just on the casting end. Just it's a completely different flow where it all centers around the Mercy, because it doesn't matter if you get the biggest 4K initiation ever. If you don't get the Mercy, that fight is not over. It is still going to be a thing, and that's sort of Mercy's power in the game, where everything goes through Mercy.
It was really nice from Shadowburn, though, at post-resurrection to just completely focus and dive the Mercy. Yeah, she is always kind of the linchpin of a defense, and taking her down is always top priority, but especially post-resurrection, if you lose anyone on your side, that's it, because any trades you're making, they're just going to get brought back up and negated. So to make Adam the first death post-resurrection was huge there. Really put the momentum on their side. So Shadowburn's still getting some work done, as is Genji in the back line, at least on this Hollywood map so far.
Alrighty, so taking a look here at the defense coming out from FaZe. FaZe still 1:55 left in their time bank. Worth noting, it's going to be Too Easy here on the McCree, Factor Fiction on Reinhardt, Raucus on Mercy, Forsaken on Zenyatta, Zoms on the Zarya, and Shadowburn on the defensive Genji once more. So not fully on board the McCree train, but Hex, take a look at C9. Looking pretty standard, although I do wonder about Reaver here. Is this actually happening?
I'm going to go look at the patch notes. I don't think they really touched Widow all that much, so I don't know. Reaver, probably the best Widow in the meta when she was very strong. He was absolutely a dominant force, so he might come out here and try to get some grapple shots at least early on. I'm hoping for it. It's been a long time since we've seen some Widow.
Hex, it's happening.
Yes.
All right, so Reaver, you have fans out there. Do not disappoint. Go for the grapple shot on the tree. And let there be picks, because here comes Reaver moving in over the top, looking for it. Does shoot Shadowburn early on. Not quite that shot he was looking for, but it is going to affect the sight lines here and how the defense positions. They definitely don't want to give up early picks, and they are scattering to the back. It's giving C9 a lot of room.
Yeah, I've always said it about Widow. It's one of the reasons I love the pick, even regardless if you're going to hit any shots. It changes the geography of the battlefield. Defense has to play differently just because the threat of the Widow.
First pick off did go to Surefour here. It's a 65. Reaver's still looking for picks. And here comes Surefour moving in from the back, laying damage into the Shadowburn. He's not dead yet, but now he is. Lands enough bullets onto him as C9 slowly starting to take a more aggressive positioning here.
Yeah, they're getting some nice poking, but it's still very back and forth as both tanks take out, they traded out tanks for tanks one-on-one on each other. Factor Fiction continues, though, takes down Surefour. Resurrection's going to come in from the side of FaZe so far.
Rez does come in, and we'll see if this is enough. Again, this is a very slow offensive scene. I felt like they had more of an advantage early on, but FaZe might be punishing them for them taking so long. Earthshadow comes in from Tibet. There is no follow-up to it, really. Factor Fiction goes down, but it does look like FaZe is going to be able to bring this right back in their favor, and C9 maybe just didn't push hard enough.
Now, Reaver was really close to having his infrared sight, which would have helped him out, grab a couple of those picks from people poking in and out of the cafe at 95% before he was taken down into the Graviton and eliminated. So he's going to switch off of that Widow, much of the chagrin of sniper fans everywhere, comes up on that Tracer instead.
All right, Dragon Blade right now coming in from Shadowburn. It takes out Reaver. It's looking for a little more. Only 2 seconds left. Looking for Adam. Has to put the sword away. Adam's going to get away as a result. And you look at the rest of the defense, so Zombs takes out Grego, and this is still looking very good for FaZe as he's about to have a Graviton up. So is Kai though. Rez is up. C9 is all in now on this fight. Let's see if Kai can land this Graviton. He's looking for it. Graviton is going to come out. Graviton from both sides. Debit, though, able to take out Zombs, and
oh my god,
what an Earthshadow by Factor Fiction. Knocks down 2, swings a hammer. WMS1 doing all sorts of work. That is a 3K here for Factor Fiction, and FaZe clutching it out in the end.
They just had no eyes on him. They had no idea he was there. He came from behind on that Earthshadow, dropping down 4. No need to get fancy. No charge, no fire strike. Good old M1 cleaning up the ground. But, yeah, really nice Earthshadow from Factor Fiction. He's been a great addition to this team.
And for C9, they only have a minute 15 left to get on point A. This would be a brilliant point A defense coming out here from the side of FaZe. A lot on Debet here just to open this up because they don't have a whole lot otherwise. Adam will have a res here later in the fight that the defense won't have, but it's not the best look for C9 when they have only 1 fight left to crack this. Adam's dead. They're not going to get a res.
That's brutal. Yeah, I mean, they are going to have another push after this if this one doesn't go that well, depending on how long it takes the rest of this team. But
here comes the Dragon Blade coming up for Shadowburn. Goes down the Kai right away. Earthshadow still being held here by Debet. He's going to have to pull the trigger soon as C9 backs against the wall. This is a must-win fight for them at this point, but they're taking it slow. They're looking for the opportunity. Earthshadow does come down. Only knocks down 1, and a counter Earthshadow is in for Factor Fiction. Knocks down 3. Swinging the hammer once more. C9 not out of it yet, though. All the follow-up was not there. Rez coming in, laying the fight. And C9, we'll see if they can take this, but the Rez is going to keep FaZe in this.
Yeah, came out just a moment before Fact died, so he's going to be out of this fight, and he's been a game changer for them on his Reinhardt right now as Kai and Reaver bullying these Zenyatta. Here comes Adam with a late Rez. Rez, one of those abilities you always want to use, especially when you have to secure this point.
Kai on the 2Es, and Shadowburn still in here, just creeping in from the back, using big health to his advantage. Kai at the Graviton, setting up a 3K here from C9. And again, they're in overtime. They are slowly losing what time they have left, but C9 able to get onto this point. They clean up Shadowburn, and they will get the payload moving.
Yeah, there was no notion of conservation or fiscal responsibility there, as any ults that were coming up for Cloud9 were getting hit immediately because they're back against the wall, had to absolutely clutch out that point, and they did so. So momentarily, you'd think that FaZe would have a much bigger ultimate advantage than they do. They are getting close on percentage for their tank ults, though, and Shadowburn does have his Dragon Blade, but only 2 minutes. Yeah.
They only have 2 minutes and 8 seconds left, and I think what's going on there is I think when you're in overtime now in the system, you don't get a full extra 3 minutes. The overtime buys into the extra time you would get from capping the points. So C9, not with a whole lot of extra time left and trying to move this from here to the end is too easy. Takes out Cheer4. Here comes Shadowburn, Dragon Blade on the way. Oh, Debet says no way. Shoulder tackle being Dragon Blade. Earthshatter in, does knock down 2 on FaZe, and C9 slowly starting to win this fight. Raucus does not have a res up yet. But this isn't great for them. They need to move quite a bit faster.
Now, Debit with a probably game-saving Earthshatter, though, there. They got Gravitoned, and both tanks were just licking their lips to get in there on that ball of meat, but Debit Earthshatter dropped them to the ground, able to clean up the threat that was standing in front of them. So even inside of the Graviton, struggling with his legs kicking in the air, nailed a nice Earthshatter to keep his team alive.
All right, so you take a look at the next fight. Both teams are going to the res up. If one team is able to pick a Mercy early on the fight, it is going to be huge. And Debet's down already here. Both tanks are down. Adam just going to pop the res really early in this fight. And now Raucus, if he can stay alive, he can bring his team back in. But with Shadowburn on the double kill, into the back, throws out the pulse bomb. Might not even be needed. We'll just see.
Heroes never die.
So there goes Adam. So as soon as Adam goes down, the counter resurrection comes in with that big advantage. Here comes another Graviton, though.
Grauton does come out, pulls in twos, does set up C9 for those kills. It's very brawly, it's very back and forth, but the Deadeye lane to fight, not going to get what he's looking for. Surefour the immediate punish, and Surefour looking to be the hero here. Here has two, makes it three, looking for the fourth. Tracer has to get away. That is not a situation you want to fight a McCree in. And for now, Surefour not able to land the final shot.
I don't play a ton of McCree, but I know there's no better feeling as McCree than capping an opposing high-nooning McCree with your just regular primary. And that's exactly what he pulled off there.
Here comes the Zoomyata moving right onto the point. FaZe not giving this up yet. 12 seconds remaining. C9 cannot back off for any reason. Earthshatter from Debet does not pick up anything right now. And here comes Grego. Will the Zoomyata be in? It does come in. Debet, though, dies before he gets there. Surefour looking for the pickup. Not able to get it. 4v4 now on the point. This is C9's last chance here. Otherwise, we are going to a map number 5. Graviton lane the fight from Zoms, and that should clean up the remaining members of C9.
Well, this is good news for people who like Overwatch, because we're going to map 5 for all the marbles.
Complete. Final.
Good solid defense coming out there from
2-3.
FaZe to bring this right back. So still making Genji work in the end.
Yeah, I don't know who has leader. I just tried to hit L and I forgot. I don't have it.
Well, we can see the play of the game though in this case.
Oh, that's right. Awesome.
You don't need to jump the gun. We can see the play of the game in most cases now. So that's who it is. And of course, Surefour definitely had some big moments here in this game.
It's Helden
sterben nicht.
Yeah, got too easy at the end. Make it an actual good play of the game. So pretty nice there from Surefour.
Not too shabby, but what this means is we are going to a final definitive map number 5 to determine. I guess technically it's map number 4 since FaZe had the 1 game advantage going in, but still.
Sure. It's going to be Dorado, if I recall correctly. I think I'm remembering our map pool from last night correctly. I've mentioned it several times to both teams, and no one's corrected me, so I'm going to take that as that I'm correct.
Pretty sure you are correct, and it is Dorado.
All right, lobby leader.
Oh man, I have all the power. Wait,
No, the
maybe this is good. Maybe I should be drunk with power. So
No, Eichenwald it.
Eichenwald it. Like, by the way, guys, we're sending you to Eichenwald just because.
Well, Cloud9 did say, like, if we get to 2-2, we should go to Eichenwald, but this was before any of the matches started or anything, and then Zom said, no, I don't want to go to Eichenwald. I haven't played it yet, so they're definitely not going to have it happen. But now Factor Fiction betraying his teammates says Eichenwald or Riot.
I just put it on Eichenwald in the lobby. I'm going to have to change it, but.
It's a good looking picture. Very, very postcardy. Looks like Bruges.
It's a classy castle. I mean, there's no other way to say it.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Also, last map is Lijiang. You've led me astray here, Hex.
Oh, it is Lijiang. See, I mentioned it a bunch of times. I didn't know if I was right or wrong if it was Dorado. It just seemed like that was going to be the map, and I just trying to remember what it was last night. I had actually closed the draft pool, but all right. So Lijiang, best of 5.
Now C9 is accusing me of sabotage. What have you done here, Hex?
See, maybe I'm playing the long game. I was trying to get you as lobby leader to change the map to the wrong map so that C9 would not trust you.
Well, now they don't trust me. Mission accomplished here, Hex. Mission accomplished.
It was a lot of moving pieces there. I had to fake that my screen went black and I had to restart my client. I had to keep planting the seed that Dorado was the last map in the pool. There's a lot. I mean, even being the one who was fooled in that situation, you have to give me credit for the amount of moving pieces I had to coordinate.
Teams are saying, quote, this is a scrim with 1K on. Because right now, neither team really knows too much about the new patch. I mean, CPL did do some PTR streams, but... or PTR scrims, I should say. But we are getting into it. Final map here. It will all be decided here on Lijiang Tower. FaZe, 2 points. Cloud9, 2 points. Can be decided here.
Well, at least, we had the notion of, like, we should just do a winner-take-all for Alienware. We should just give the winner, all of the prize pool. And then, luckily for them, that is not the case. So, yes, there is a lot to play for. Of course, bragging rights to these monthly melees have propelled teams into higher tournaments as well. And it's a nice thing to win. But right now, everyone is guaranteed at least $2,000. We're playing this last set for the remaining 1K in the prize pool. Winner takes home 3K. Second place takes home 2.
All right, so we got to go back to lobby. FaZe not quite ready yet. Should have made them play anyways, just because. But
Why
yeah,
not?
bragging rights are a big deal. And 50% more prize pool is not too shabby either. For those who are wondering how the prize pool breakdown is, $3,000 to the first place team, $2,000 the second place. So both these teams definitely assured a decent sum, but which team will get more, which team will get the bragging rights, we will decide it here in just a moment.
Yeah, what's 1,000 divided by 6? Is that 166? I'm terrible at math. I don't know why I ever try to do it on stream. But anyway, that's like everyone's going to get a little more money in their pocket.
But if you go to every number that Hex has mentioned over this cast and in chat and throw them into an algorithm, you can get the next clue for Sombra. Truly.
It's the salted hash, though. Got to get that salted hash.
I mean, am I kidding? Probably. But you don't know. This could be the next step on the Sombra path. You don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes.
We're just trying to ruin people's weeks. That's exactly it. Because with what we have, about 5,000 people viewing right now, there's always going to be one person who's like, well, they're probably screwing with me, but what if they're not? But what if they're not? Can I
what if they're not? What if it is from this cast that you finally break the Sombra code and get the video, like the intro video to Sombra? You don't know.
No, we don't know. I don't even know. Like it's possible that I've been manipulated in such a way that I'm actually giving codes and I don't even know. I'm caught unawares.
That's a good thing with the Sombra. Like, I'm gonna be so sad when Sombra's finally out and we can't do this anymore. It'll be sad times.
Yeah, it's gonna be tragic. I hope that Sombra ends up being something that is just so like not badass cool hacker. I hope it is just like a 12-year-old girl with an iPad. That's what I'm hoping for.
All right, so both teams are ready. Well, Tuesday's saying ready now. If it was C9 was ready before, I'm going to assume C9 is still ready. They are still ready, and we are going in. FaZe versus Cloud9, the final map of the finals. They will all be decided here in the Alienware Monthly Melee. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and let's see how this ends.
All right, Lijiang, this would be a great spot to try out some new things. I love Control Center for as kind of where people want to run interesting stuff. Genji's been great here. Shadowburn has yet to pick the hero that he's going to be on. It's a great map for Genji. It's where he's had some of his best breakout games. We've also seen teams run Pharah Mercy, but I think Cloud9 is probably going to stay away from that just based on their early results with it. But maybe in the future they will gut it out and run that. So right now Shadowburn does come up on that Genji. And the biggest difference is that Shore4 will be on the McCree while Shadowburn's on the Genji. Other than that, we've got a mirror match for this King of the Hill.
This is going to be interesting. Then this, who knows if this is going to set the trend here where you have the entire dynamic of do you run a Genji or do you run a McCree? I feel like this is not the first time we're going to see teams make this choice. Perhaps coming attractions for now to times to come, because I'm pretty sure when it comes to balance, this is the last balance patch before all the E-League stuff that's going on later in the month. So this is what teams are going to be playing on for their share of $300,000, so should be interesting. But for now, let's see who's going to get their share of the $5,000. Both teams trading off here. Control Center on the way, and let the parkour begin.
All right, so nice positioning here early on from FaZe as they bully them into the back room and take them out with some long-distance shuriken. Shadowburn taking down Adam just with ease early on is huge for FaZe.
That first pick is big, too easy, able to take out Reaver, so the damage dealers of FaZe able to strike first blood here against C9, and it's going to be first capture point to FaZe, and a decent amount of ult charge as well, so we'll see if they keep it up as Adam right now, under assault from Too Easy, almost going down though, the counter fire and support from C9 on point as Too Easy almost falls.
This big initiation comes in here from Debit as he tries to zone out and get some room, and with that zone out follow-up is Shore4 with his revolver taking people down in the back lines. Debit continues his reign of terror. 6-0 team wipe early on. What a response from Cloud9.
Shore4 getting the early pickoffs that matter, was able to catch Too Easy unawares, and now Hex, he might be looking at going to the top rope, was thinking about going for the aerial Deadeye, is under assault right now, his FaZe is sniffing it out, so Shore4 will be going for that perhaps a little bit later, but not right now, as FaZe is reestablishing, and good position in them to shut that down early, as Shadowburn looking to set up a Dragon Blade. Here comes Dragon Blade, he's going right in, takes out one right away, gets two, who needs 8 seconds anyways to Shadowburn, a 4K for Shadowburn. Genji is not quite ripped yet.
He's just so good on this map. These small little walls let you propel yourself into the air, and if you've watched this map on King of the Hill before, with Shadowburn, that is a hallway of death. As soon as he drops that Dragon Blade, people try to retreat back there behind the pillar. There is no hiding from the strikes of that blade. 4 kills in 6 seconds. That's impressive no matter what way you cut it.
Good stuff coming up from Shadowburn. Now you take a look at the next fight. It's going to be Sound Barrier v Sound Barrier. Transcendence will be in play from both teams, so this is going to be an ult showdown, but Reaver takes down Forsaken early, and now this sets up C9 very, very well. The Sound Barrier comes up, but it's only going to hit 5. Graviton Surge is out. Combo is in, but C9 able to withstand it. Adam's still holding on to his Transcendence, has not used it just yet. And FaZe actually holding on pretty well, given how this started.
Yeah, here comes that Tranquil. Wow. The backline Shortbow was trying to go off with that Deadeye 2 Easy, spotted him early and took him out. However, it looks like Cloud9 is getting the better of this fight as they follow up with 3 kills. 2 Easy doing his best, takes down Adam as well. There's a too little, too late. Cloud9's going to flip this back.
Kai with some serious cleanup. Not only got the Graviton with setup 2, but just face melted down. Not even at the highest amount of charge. But it's Kai once more being the tank backbone for C9. Going to the next fight, though, Forsaken's going to have a Transcendent to start this out, and FaZe could really use this to apply the pressure, especially with Shadowburn's Dragon Blade.
Yeah, I think 2 Easy's going to try for a Pulse Bomb, knowing that his Zarya is too far away from a Graviton anyway. There goes that Pulse Bomb, hits him.
Here comes Shadowburn, Dragon Blade out once more to the backline. Big reflect takes out Surefour. Surefour's team betraying him, but Shadowburn dying right away. Kai with the shutdown, so 5v5. Pulse Bomb coming out. And C9 actually deal with this quite well right now. They do have a player advantage, and they're going to push this right back forward.
Yeah, 2 Easy tried to hit the Pulse Bomb onto Kai, which is always an interesting idea. You don't know if that cooldown is up or not. Sometimes you just end up feeding for energy, and now Kai just lit up like a Christmas tree, Ghostbustering down the heroes at the point.
Surefour right now going to deal with a rampaging Winston. 3 kills, though, coming out here from FaZe, set up by Zombies' Graviton, and Surefour finding his team dying all around him. Will have to back out, and this is going to come down to the wire, 82% to 82%.
Yeah, Cloud9 with the ultimate advantage, though. They've got a ton going on there, including that Wombo combo of the Big Bang Theory. Adam's also going to have his Transcendent Surefour with High Noon. Has not gotten anything off of it so far. The closest one to an ult is Shadow.
Kai is looking for this Graviton. If he lands it, it'd be huge. Shadowburn is looking for the deflection. Here comes Reaver. Pulse Bomb at the ready. Takes out Zombs. 2 kills here from C9. As you mentioned, C9 does have the ult advantage, and they are taking good advantage of it here. Shadowburn, late Dragon Blade coming out. Not going to get anything as Reaver completes the 3K.
Yeah, so they're going to flip this back over. We might see another fight, though, just because they're at 85%. They're going to push forward and try to prevent any sort of attempt to get on the point. They've got 10%, so it's going to be really tough for them to get in here, especially with this Primal Rage knocking them about.
Early Deadeye coming out here from Surefour, looking for it. Takes out Shadowburn immediately. The hero is dead, and C9 well positioned now to take the first round. Surefour with some serious cleanup.
Yeah, it's a really nice, actually, Deadeye, though, because he knows they have to rush the point. He knows that someone's going to pop up momentarily, and he's going to get a free kill off of it, because how long that you can hold that Deadeye there. So, nice there. Cloud9 with the first lead of this series now. They're up 1 stage here on Lijiang. 2 more stages, they're going to be taking home first place.
It's interesting, though. We do see Shadowburn now getting off the Genji, going to Tracer. Making some baskets. It's weird because like Genji definitely had really good moments in the last game, but
yeah,
Shadowburn's still opting to move in Tracer a little bit more often.
Well, it might be that they just might be very specific to stages. Now, this might be a stage where his Genji is more powerful because of some of the mobility, because of the wall jump resets, things like that. So we'll see. They do have the versatility, though, that 2 Easy doesn't have to run his Tracer. He can run just a fine McCree as well.
We'll see if this works out here for both sides as they're trading up poke to start things out. Reaver, though, almost going down immediately, has to back out, does get the big health, so will be decent health-wise. But Kai, the big bomb, takes out 2 Easy to start things out. Surefour falling through. 3 kills now from C9, and Hex, they're going to get the first cap.
Yeah, they're going to get the first cap rather easily. In fact, the Victor's going to die pretty late here. It doesn't take anyone with him, unfortunately. That was a completely one-sided fight in favor of Cloud9. Now they're going to have the great position. It's a tough map to re-engage on. Every time we're here, I always mention, you can go over the bridge, and that's not fun. You can rotate to the other side, and you find yourself in a hallway. A lot of times, teams will wait for their Winston. Maybe Fact and Fiction will go over the top. It's exactly what he does.
Deadeye right now coming out from Sure for Happy Low Skulls, popping up, not getting quite what he's looking for there. In fact, almost dies in the back line. Soundbearer, though, going to come out from C9. They're going to take the fight right in to FaZe. They use Transcendence as well. They've gotten no kills from the stealth support ultimates. And Sure for going for a ride. Has to get Winston off him. And he, wait, what? 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 What did I just see?
Meanwhile, Shadowbird's had a pretty nice life on Tracer, got a couple kills early on, but that is going to be ended by this late pulse bomb from Reaver.
The graviton from Kai is great there, but I just, at some level, like, Surefour was already going for a ride. Why did Factor Fiction just follow him to his death? I don't even know, man.
I want to see your handiwork.
I mean, I guess so, but Winston can't fly. Either way, Factor Fiction moving right in. Sound barrier from FaZe, setting things up. They've got no kills off this yet, but Surefour will be falling here in the back line. 5v5, what? In the boom! Factor Fiction taking another trip off the side. At least that time wasn't self-inflicted. As C9 looking like they're going to hold this fight once more.
Reaver with some more great cleanup. His Tracer has come alive in this series tonight. He hits another late Pulse Bomb there. And look at this. He's going to have Pulse Bomb back up. Might not have been a Pulse Bomb there. That'd be charging super fast. But the cleanup is for real. Adam's going to have Transcendence. It's been all Cloud9 this map.
And take a look at Zoms. Zoms does have Graviton here at the ready. Shadowburn and a little bit of trouble. But Tibet falls. Sound barrier coming in from C9. They're going to try and solidify this, but the Graviton is out. Pulls in 3 is the follow-up there. It does not matter because Surefour has wreaked all sorts of havoc on FaZe as they tried to roll in.
That's probably going to be stage. They're going to maybe get someone here to prevent it. It looks like they're not even leaving spawn. So yeah, that is another stage for Cloud9. They are on the brink. If they can take the night market, they will be champions of the Alienware Monthly Melee presented by Curse for August, even though it's September.
This is quite the turnaround for C9. And remember, by the way, that if FaZe had just won one more round on Ilios, this series would be over right now. So this is quite the story for C9 to fight this back. But you're right. They are all one round away from winning it all here tonight. And let's see if they can do it. FaZe, though, I doubt they're going to go quietly.
Well, back against the wall, this is something we generally see out of players that, you know, Shadowburn may be a fine Tracer, but when it's all in the line, he's going to resort to what he's comfortable with. He is back on the Genji. The only difference in compositions is that Genji for FaZe, whereas Short4 is going to continue running his McCree for Cloud9.
Alrighty, so both teams coming out here once more. Shadowburn going to his tried and true. Gotta play as you practice, and he does have the most time on Genji of his characters, at least in recent times. We'll see if it works out as both teams, neither team being super aggressive here right now. They're just feeling each other out. Shadowburn is looking for the flank into the back. Swift Strike is at the ready, goes right to the back, but is immediately taken out by Tibet. Reaver piling on into the back line, and C9 once more starting out strong.
Well, FaZe gets another kill that's going to be completely even. It is 4v4 right now as Zoms and Factor Fiction bring it back. The tank play is nice. Short4 takes down Fact, so it is very brawly. 3v4 going on right now. That 3 takes the point.
FaZe is able to grab the point here, but they're sort of losing the war. The overall flow of this going in favor of C9. C9 should be able to get onto the point here in a moment and flush out FaZe, but still got FaZe to pick up 10% in a fight that wasn't... We'll see, though. They are starting to jump back in the favorites. Respawns are coming in.
Yeah, so Factor Fiction has stayed alive for a very long time, long enough now that he's got his Primal Rage. So yes, there was an early take. It looks like they were going to lose it there, but they've already got 22%. Factor Fiction knocks off Brego as well. Short4 with this optimistic Deadeye trying to zone people out, not going to get much, and you can't cancel that anymore. That's down to 0.
This has been a strange fight of how FaZe has been playing this. FaZe has been able to keep the point despite being outgunned for a while. Dragon Blade in here from Shadowburn doesn't get what he's looking for. Kai able to melt him down. It looks like finally C9 is going to be retaking this here in a moment. They've hit critical mass on the point. Kai critical mass just melting people's faces off here. But it's really good delay coming out from FaZe, and what really never really started out super great for them.
They shouldn't have taken that point. It was 3v4 when they took the point, and they somehow just kept themselves alive long enough to get that. And what should have been Cloud9's probably first point take, because they had the advantage early on in that fight, ends up being 50% for FaZe.
Alright, so Zoms moving in here, does have Graviton at the ready. They will have Transcendence up soon. Both teams trading off poke to start things out here as Zoms moving to backline, and FaZe just prioritizing the point. They're going to funnel C9 in. Graviton's going to come in, pulls in 4. Shadowburn Swift strikes right in as too easy. The bomb takes out 3. What a beautiful positioning setup by FaZe to take this point.
Yeah, they're just definitely playing the objective. I don't think they want to fight out here in the open. As soon as they got the chance when this stage began, they were poking a little bit, but as soon as they saw that they could get in and rotate, they did. And then when they did rotate, they wanted to stop the counter rotation, send Factor Fiction forward to drop a bubble. They did so. So now they're out in the open trying to get this free poke as they enter in. But I think if they get in trouble, they're going to rotate back into the point.
2 quick kills here from FaZe. FaZe doing their best to stay in this right now. C9 staggered. Kai off on an island by himself, will be falling pretty much immediately there. And FaZe, their early razzle-dazzle has really put them ahead because now, Hex, all they need is one more good team fight to win this, and they have the resources to do just that. They have Sound Barrier, Transcendence, and Dragon Blade. Yeah. And as long as Kai doesn't land a super great Graviton, FaZe could very well win this next fight.
Well, Lucio should position himself in the center of everyone because if they do get Graviton, they're going to need that Sound Barrier.
Kai right now is moving in, does not get a chance to drop the Graviton there.
Nice. Sound Barrier saves everyone from that Graviton. Shadowburn cleans up Kai afterwards. This is all FaZe right now.
FaZe is cleaning things up. Dragon Blade from Shadowburn setting things up. Surefour on the Factor Fiction. And what a deflect at the very end! Still though, C9 not giving it up. They are getting onto the point. And Winston going right in. Ends up dying though. Shadowburn able to bring it right back.
Extremely back and forth. It is just Zoms alone on the point though. Here comes Shadowburn to help him out. Gets an allied shield. A late Graviton. This should be cleaned up by Shadowburn. It is.
And that is going to be FaZe staying alive.
Just big props to Ruckus there too. His team got Graviton. He didn't get pulled into it, but he leapt into it, near it anyway, enough to get them Sound Barrier, kept 2 people alive in that fight. They were able to switch it around, so really nice ult management. The only response to the combo we've been seeing lately of that Graviton and Pulse Bomb is a good Sound Barrier to keep everyone alive, because it does that burst damage, but when everyone has all those shields, you're good. Ruckus saving his team there, ensuring that stage victory.
Now remember, this is where we start out here on this, where C9 won. This is going to be where FaZe must go for a different result. It can be easier said than done, but C9 still on match point right now. If they take this round, they take it all. FaZe gonna have to win 2 more and go for the reverse sweep if they want to reverse their fortunes.
You know, it's a great night when we got the Golden Kappa in chat. So we're back at Control Center here.
Our Lord and Savior has arrived.
He has arrived.
All right. Hail the Golden Kappa, but hail the team fight that is beginning right now. Factor Fiction diving right in to start things out. Almost goes down in the progress to Bet. Moving in, double bubble on the way. C9 turning it in their favor. A little bit more value off their Winston engage, and that's going to let them be pushing FaZe back. Zoms off on an island, goes right down, and C9 is going to take this first fight.
Yeah, it's a lonely island as Adam pelts down Zoms. Reaver continues his reign of terror. Too easy, trying to bring it back to make sure this fight isn't completely one-sided, trying to get something done. Takes down Kai at the very least, but that is Cloud9 with a really nice early take. Tibet is not done. Too easy. Gets really greedy there, and Surefour punishes him and Ruckus on the cleanup.
So C9 starting things off strong here once more. Things to watch though, in the next fight, Shadowburn is going to have a Dragon Blade up. Grego will get a Sound Barrier, but it's going to be a little bit later than that, so there's going to be a very tiny window here, perhaps, for Shadowburn the Dragon Blade, but Grego very close to the Sound Barrier. Here we go, Factor Fiction leading the way. Shadowburn Dragon Blade is out, moving in. Sound Barrier should be coming down here. Mo, it does come down and ruin Shadowburn's day as Surefour able to live long enough to take him out. 2 quick kills here from C9. Deadeye on the way. This is going to clean things up. Down goes Too Easy, and C9 going to hold.
You're in a rough position as Tracer there because you can try to get in and maybe you can burst down the McCree before it happens, and then maybe he has to bust it early so that he does not die to you and your team is saved. So Surefour with the dive choice, or Too Easy rather, with the dive choice onto Surefour, ends up getting taken out there. So it's been all Cloud9 on this stage. They're 50% away from winning the tournament. Too Easy and Zoms are going to combine for this combo soon. Here comes the combo from Cloud9 though.
Sound Barrier comes in here to start things out. Kai with 3 kills. Setting up his team well. Reaver getting the cleanup, and C9 Hex is all of 2 team fights away, maybe just 1 team fight away from winning it all. Get on your feet. C9 might be bringing this back.
It has been the cleanup that has been the difference here, though, as people are trying to escape. They're getting gunned down in the back by Reaper and Surefour, making these next fights really hard to initiate.
Sound Barrier coming in here from FaZe, moving in right away. Graviton out as well. And that's 2 kills from Shadowburn to start things out here. Looking for a little bit more in the back line. Down goes Kai. Shadowburn on a triple. Looking for 4. Surefour won the last one, still alive, but he has to immediately run out. Not going to have any room to run, and FaZe, at least for now, staying alive.
Yeah, they brought it back there. What they need to do is win these giant team fights. When things have devolved into skirmishes, Cloud9 has had the advantage as Reaver and Shore4, as I mentioned, just being able to clean people up, cleaning up stragglers who are just too late around. There goes Forsaken to Reaver in the backlines. That's a great pick for Cloud9.
Shadowburn right now is holding on to his Dragon Blade. Gonna be looking to come in, trying to bait out Shore4 there on the deflect. Doesn't quite work out. And C9 retakes the point, so this is the danger zone now for FaZe. FaZe must win this next fight, or it is all over. C9, one defense away from taking it all. And here we go. It's going to come down to Shadowburn. 6 magic seconds on the way. Dragon Blade is out, moving to the back line. Has to deflect early. The pulse bomb takes out Adam in the back line. 3 kills here from FaZe. And Shadowburn going to get the cleanup he's looking for as FaZe not going down just yet.
Shore4, the last one alive, tries to come in and flashbang Forsaken again, which is what he did on his exit last time through the fight. They saw it coming, able to take him down as he enters the stairs. So yeah, it is back against the wall time for FaZe. Any lost fight is going to be a lost tournament for them, but so far bringing it back about 50% here.
Reaver right now going to the backline, almost got the pick on Forsaken. Forsaken had 1 HP. Unless I'm blind, which I might be, but that is about as close as you get. Shadowburn able to take down Debet. It was high risk, high reward for Reaver, but just not enough.
Yeah, Forsaken had seen that story before, and then he decided to change the ending, but not that one yet again. Forsaken being bullied here. Shore4 takes him down early in that fight, but gives his life for it as Factor Fiction comes to the aid of his Zenyatta.
C9 coming in once more. Soundbear, though, out from FaZe. We're going to look to bring this right to the backline. Too Easy is in the backline. Graviton comes out from Zombs, pulls in 3 members of C9. Here comes the Dragon Blade. Will the cleanup happen? 3 seconds left in this Dragon Blade. Absolutely nothing happening from this as Shore4 now. Turn it back around, 2 kills from C9. Is C9 about to do it? If they win this fight, they win the series. They just need a little bit more here, Hex.
Yeah, the Sound Barrier is going to give them all the juice they need to win this fight. Raucus is going to do his best dance impression, try to keep alive on the point to let his team get back there. Boop comes down, Too Easy takes on Shore4. They need to get a couple more of those.
Too Easy right now has almost an impossible task. He must delay. He needs to keep this no time. C9 on the verge of winning it. The Graviton by Kai. Will that be enough to finish? Diva on the point. Winston on the point. C9 in a dominating position. They just need 2 more picks. They need to deal with this stall. They are doing it right now. Damage coming in from all sources. Adam on the Factor Fiction. The kill feed filling up with red. Ladies and gentlemen, C9 is going to do it. They are your Alienware Monthly Melee champions.
What a series. What an amazing series from both sides there. It started out so rough for Cloud9 on the brink of going down 0-2. Let's see what Reaver did. He was a great player tonight.
It's true. It is a lower bracket win in Overwatch, something that doesn't happen all that often. Certainly, though, I think the new patch definitely hurt FaZe with how good Shadowburn is. But FaZe didn't look weak at all either. I mean, both teams look great, especially on the last map. It did go to 5, but C9 just a bit stronger here tonight.
Yeah, Cloud9 pulled it out in a lot of different circumstances. I mean, you just look at that one moment. It was stage 3 on Ilios, and Shore4 came in with more heroics. We saw it all day yesterday. He came in on the McCree, the late switch on the McCree, brought that back for him, and that was the beginning of the turnaround for him. They did end up losing another map in here too, but what a great series. No one has anything to be upset about here. Just phenomenal Overwatch, both teams. Congratulations, Cloud9.
C9, they've won the Alienware Monthly Melee before. They have won it again. And what more to say? A really good play coming out from them at the very end. And FaZe, I wouldn't worry too much about them. They've been a team that's been on the rise. Certainly, they've seen better days. They were probably the favorite to win yesterday. Not so much a favorite here today. But in the end, I would expect good things from them going forward. And they can only go up from here as they've still had a very good month.
Yeah, they look great, and there's really no shame in losing to Cloud9, and Cloud9 needed every second of this series to be able to pull it off, and they needed heroics out of Shore4, and then Reaver really showing up on his Tracer today, which is a great sign for him as well, moving towards the next giant tournaments coming up. And Shadowburn, you know, people are going to talk about, like, oh, he just didn't do this, didn't do that. Shadowburn played really well on Genji, especially utilizing those 6 seconds right. He's not entirely used to it either, so we might see a little changes in style. It's way too early to tell, but this is our first glimpse looks at the new patch, and some questions will have to be answered soon enough. Yeah, there's really nothing more to say. I thought we were going to be out of here in a half hour the way this series started. I am glad that we went all the way to the brink here. The new patch looks interesting, a lot to talk about.
No, new patch looks great, and this is just a prelude. Lots more on the way. But Hex, do you have any final words or thoughts? Because we're going to throw off to our analyst desk here in a moment, and at least for me and you, we're saying our goodbyes.
All right, well, I will keep it as brief as possible. Thank you to Alienware. Thank you to Curse. Thank you, of course, to ZP for casting with me. It's been a blast. As always, we're going to do more of it this weekend as well. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, that is at Hexagrams. On Twitch TV, I am just Hexagrams.
And for me, you can follow me Twitter at TempoZP, on Twitch, ZP_TV. We'll be getting back into streaming sooner rather than later. But thank you guys for following. Weekly's coming up once more this weekend. Should be awesome. But we are going to throw it to our analyst desk here. Thank you guys for watching, and check out the analyst section in just a moment.